Duolingo isn't just a language learning app, it's a company that sits at the crossroads of technology, education, data, and even national security. With hundreds of millions of users worldwide, Duolingo has become a household name. But what most people don't realize is that behind the friendly green owl is a company with major implications far beyond just teaching you how to order coffee in Spanish. Welcome to Finance Spot. Today we're explaining Duolingo, how it works, how it makes money, and why its role in language testing and education has drawn attention not only from investors but also from governments around the world. Let's dive in. First, let's start with what Duolingo actually is. Founded in 2011 by Louis von Ahn and Severin Hacker, Duolingo launched as a free language learning platform with a simple mission: make education free, fun, and accessible to anyone with an internet connection. At its core, Duolingo gamified the language learning process. Users complete short, interactive lessons structured like a game, with points, streaks, and leaderboards, keeping them engaged. This design has proven extremely successful. As of 2025, Duolingo has more than 90 million monthly active users and offers courses in over 40 languages. But Duolingo isn't just a free app. It's a publicly traded company listed on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol DUOL. And behind its colorful interface, Duolingo has developed a business model that's both scalable and profitable. The company makes money primarily through three channels. First, its premium subscription, known as Duolingo Plus or Super Duolingo, which gives users an ad-free experience and extra features. Second, advertisements shown to free users who don't upgrade. And third, a lesser-known but highly important business segment, language certification testing. This last piece is where Duolingo's influence goes beyond just casual learners. The Duolingo English Test, known as the DET, has been officially accepted by more than 5,000 universities and institutions worldwide. That includes elite institutions like Yale, Columbia, and MIT. For international students, the DET has become a cheaper, faster alternative to legacy exams like TOEFL and IELTS. It costs about $59, can be taken online, and results are typically available in 48 hours. Compared to the hundreds of dollars and weeks of waiting time associated with older tests, this is a revolutionary shift. And for Duolingo, it represents a direct entry into the global education and certification market, an industry worth billions of dollars annually. So how does this tie into national security? Here's where it gets interesting. Language testing isn't just about school admissions. Governments, immigration offices, and visa authorities rely on verified English proficiency as part of their decision-making process. By establishing itself as a credible testing authority, Duolingo now sits in a position of influence over who gets access to education, work, and even residency in English-speaking countries. That means the company's systems, data integrity, and security practices aren't just business concerns, they are matters of national interest. Consider this: Duolingo collects vast amounts of data on its users. Every answer, every test result, every account login contributes to a data set spanning millions of people worldwide. That data includes not only learning habits but also sensitive information from test takers who rely on Duolingo for immigration and academic pathways. Protecting this data is critical, and governments are increasingly aware of the role private companies like Duolingo play in shaping the flow of global talent. On top of that, Duolingo's testing platform relies heavily on artificial intelligence and remote proctoring. Instead of going to a physical test center, students can take the exam from home. The test uses AI-driven monitoring, biometric checks, and security algorithms to prevent cheating. While convenient, this raises questions. How secure is the system? Could it be manipulated? And what does it mean that a private, profit-driven company is setting the standard for evaluating something as important as English proficiency on a global scale? Duolingo itself has argued that its testing technology is secure, scalable, and fairer than older exams. They emphasize accessibility and lower costs, making opportunities available to more people around the world. And to be fair, that's true. Millions of students who could not afford expensive legacy tests now have a viable pathway thanks to Duolingo. But governments and policymakers continue to evaluate the long-term implications of relying so heavily on a single commercial platform for critical language verification. Beyond testing, Duolingo's growth as a public company is also worth examining. Since going public in 2021, its stock has experienced volatility, like many tech firms, but it remains one of the most recognized names in the edtech sector. The company has invested heavily in AI to personalize learning experiences, improve voice recognition, and even build chatbots that allow users to practice conversations. Its use of machine learning makes the app smarter over time, tailoring lessons to the strengths and weaknesses of each learner. This positions Duolingo not only as a language app, but also as one of the most advanced AI-driven education platforms in existence. From a financial standpoint, Duolingo continues to grow its revenue year over year. Subscription adoption has been strong, ads remain a steady stream of income, and the English test has seen increasing acceptance worldwide. Analysts view Duolingo as a high-growth edtech company with room to expand into new verticals, such as professional certification, corporate training, and even partnerships with governments. In other words, the company is building a multi-layered business far beyond just a gamified app. Now let's circle back to national security one more time. When we talk about technology companies with geopolitical implications, most people think of giants like Google, Huawei, or TikTok. Duolingo usually doesn't make that list. But think about it. A company that controls access to language certification controls part of the gateway to universities, jobs, and visas in the United States, the UK, Canada, and other English-speaking nations. If that system were compromised, manipulated, or monopolized, the consequences would extend far beyond one company's balance sheet. It touches education, migration, and even labor supply chains. That's why Duolingo's growth story isn't just about edtech. It's about how private companies are increasingly shaping critical parts of national infrastructure. And while it might sound strange to connect a playful green owl to national security, that's the reality of how global systems evolve in the digital age. So what's next for Duolingo? The company is likely to keep expanding its testing platform, pushing for wider government recognition of its exams, and deepening its AI integration to maintain its edge. It may also look to broaden its footprint beyond languages, venturing into adjacent areas of education and certification. And with governments paying closer attention, the question won't just be how many people are learning Spanish or French on Duolingo. It will be how this company's technology and reach impact the movement of people, knowledge, and talent across borders. To sum it all up, Duolingo is more than a language app. It's a publicly traded edtech company with global influence, a powerful AI-driven learning system, and a rapidly growing presence in certification testing. Its role in education makes it an exciting stock to watch. Its role in certification and immigration makes it a matter of national security. And its role in data and AI makes it part of a much larger story about how technology is reshaping the world. Thanks for watching Finance Spot. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more company deep dives, and leave a comment with the next stock or company you'd like us to explain. See you in the next video.